At this time, it's my distinct pleasure to introduce our moderator. She's a podcaster and a cultural writer for The Ringer. Please welcome Joanna Robinson.
Oh, hello, San Diego Comic-Con! Let's make some huge noise for our panelists. We've got showrunner Noah Hawley here. We've got David Zucker, producer here. Sydney Chandler is here. Tim Oliphant is here. Babu Sisa is here. Alex Loeffler is here. And Sam Lincoln is here. Give us some noise. Did you guys like that episode? Or what did you think? That's what I thought. I heard a lot of gasps, some screams. It was everything I was hoping for and more.
This thing's only getting bigger.
I love that. I know there's a lot of huge Alien fans in the audience. So I wanted to start by asking everyone on the panel what it means to be part of the Alien franchise now, starting with you, Noah.
Well, it's a gift, really. You know, I have a relationship with the movies that I adapt at this point, and I do it from a place of love. These are movies that I loved, were very formative for me, and so, you know, it's been such a joy. When you walk onto that set the first time of the Maginot, which was built literally to the specifications of Ridley's Nostromo, it really collapses time, and you see it every time you watch an actor step on that stage for the first time, like Babu did. You know, it's really humbling.
What about you, David?
I've worked for Ridley for 24 years in TV. This was a title we avoided because we didn't think it'd be possible on this scale, or to have a creator with this kind of vision, much less with a network like FX and the history they have together. We just couldn't have imagined something this spectacular as a result.
Sydney. Sydney, you're the lead of an Alien franchise. How's that feel?
Oh, it's emotional. It is a dream. I have been a sci-fi fan and an Alien nerd forever. I watched it at too young of an age, and it terrified me. And so the fact that I just got this opportunity and Noah had faith in me for some reason to take this on. I keep pinching myself. It's surreal. It's surreal.
Because I've forgotten the question, I'm going to take this opportunity to say you carried that so beautifully, and you just held the center so lovely. All you guys were amazing. It was so special to watch that with all of you. We were sitting out there watching it with you guys, and I want to not only thank you, but I want to thank Noah Hawley for making that happen. That was a very special experience.
But Tim, what does it mean to be part of the Alien franchise? That mean
That was what the question
you were
was?
avoiding? Yeah, that's the question.
Indeed.
No, I'll get right to it. Feels great.
Yeah. Babu, what about you?
I'm with Sydney, still pinching myself. I also watched it way too early. I was 9. That chest burster moment stuck with me. But like Noah said, you know, walking out onto what is essentially the set of the Nostromo, that was a moment, watching like 100 people just become children in one moment. It was extraordinary. I'm excited, really excited. It was amazing watching it with you all. Amazing.
Shall I jump in? Yeah, it is extraordinary to be part of a universe such as this, but also, actually, as Tim was saying, for it to be under the captainship of Noah, who is so bold and imaginative, and I think we need that in general in the world, oodles of imagination, and I think the combination of those two things made it really fascinating to be on set every day.
What about you,
This is a dream. I mean, this is a surreal feeling to watch the show with you guys on this big screen. My feeling is I'm thinking of the thousands of other people that worked on this show, the crew that we worked with. You know, we filmed this in Thailand over 6 months, and the amount of people that put their love and passion into this show, it's, yeah, to share it with you guys, it's all of those people behind the scenes that made this happen. It's, yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
You mentioned the crew. One of my favorite parts of listening to you all watch this was your excitement seeing the xenomorph, and then your utter terror seeing the brand new creepy crawlies that are in this show. So Noah, can you talk about the monsters in this show?
Well, if I have a skill at adapting these films, it's in understanding what the original movie made me feel and why, and then trying to create it anew by telling you a totally different story. And the one feeling you can't get back from watching the original Alien is the discovery of the life cycle of this creature, how it starts as an egg and it ends up as a 10-foot tall xenomorph, and every step along the way is worse than the one before. And so the only way to create that feeling was to introduce new characters, and you don't know how they breed or what they eat, and so you can get back to that feeling of genetic revulsion that we all felt watching Alien for the first time. So it was obviously it's a huge responsibility to try to follow in those footsteps of HR and you know, Ridley and that team, but you know, I always like the risk.
And I just have to say, when we got the first script, I mean, for there to be one creature that's rendered effectively is an enormous challenge. When we saw how many creatures he was planning to put into the show, I'd say from Ridley's standpoint, that amongst everything was one of the steepest challenges of all, to really deliver that authentically and to create that experience in the way this show does.
I mean, one of the things that creates that authenticity is you got an actual xenomorph, not actual xenomorph, but it's a guy in a suit on set. It's not CGI. So I'm asking, I want to know from the cast, what was it like to see a real life breathing xenomorph in front of you as you were filming? Sydney?
I almost peed. I mean, it was like, I became a kid again. Xenomorph was in my night terrors as a kid. And so then when you're doing, you know, night shoots, you're running around at 4 or 5 a.m. and you have a xenomorph played by our wonderful vegan Zeno, Cameron. Shout out to Cameron, we all love Cameron. So nice, so terrifying. But to actually have him running at you very fast, I was just giddy because I felt the kid in me go, I'm so scared right now. And that's really hard to do on a set. You know, we had 600-700 people working on the set. The call sheet was like a Bible. So to have that feeling was just such a gift.
Did anyone else have an encounter with a creepy crawly they want to share?
I spent a lot of time, I don't think it's a spoiler, with the xenomorph. And I was saying earlier, it's a nice little behind the scenes, the xenomorph drool is actually KY jelly. So I spent a lot of time covered in that during and Sydney's right, I mean, there's something hysterical about the fearsomeness of the xenomorph, but then he takes off his head, and he's from New Zealand and he doesn't eat meat.
the sweetest person in the world. Yeah, and
that's so softly spoken. If you think me and Sydney are softly spoken, then just wait till you meet the xenomorph.
Tim, I wanted to ask you, you're playing a kind of iconic synthetic character in this Alien franchise. Would you take advice from your character? What do you think?
I don't trust him. Just feels like there's something going on there. Just feels like there's something going on behind the scenes. I don't know.
No?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. What about, Babu, you're playing a cyborg.
Yeah.
You've got some really fun tools in your toolkit there.
Yeah.
What should we be thinking about when we're thinking about a cyborg that's been gone from Earth for decades, back on Earth now?
Sorry, what would we be thinking about in terms of what?
As a cyborg, as in this world.
Well, I mean, he's coming back to a planet where he's essentially an iPhone 1 in an iPhone 20 world, so that's a big problem. But you know, he's got his army knife arm, so who knows what's going to go next.
Your glove, Bobby, was it fair to say it was quite a sweaty experience as well?
My glove was also filled with KY jelly. And we did in there, so yeah.
Yeah, we bonded over that.
We did.
Only the best.
Thank you, Noah.
No, I wanted to ask you about Thailand as a setting for this shoot. You've got these gorgeous rivers and these modern buildings juxtaposed. What was that like for you?
Yeah, it was a tremendous place to shoot, both on the coast and in and around Bangkok. And you know, the Thai people, it's a Buddhist country. We were so welcome and respected, and I started to say the Thai way is my way because, you know, that's how I like to treat the cast and the crew, and just respect always. And you know, it's not a skyline that most Western audiences are familiar with, which, you know, allowed us to not have to augment it too much to feel like it's new to people. And you know, it was just a really, really hot adventure that we took together.
Sam, I wanted to ask you about your character. There's a lot of unfamiliar sights, but I feel like the eccentric billion trillionaire is something that we've become quite familiar with. But I love the bare feet. I love the wild costume. What can you tell us about your character?
I specifically asked for no KY jelly to be anywhere near my character. No comment on that though, we'll see where the story goes. But yeah, he is, I think it's not a big stretch of the imagination to see where there might be a parallel with what's happening, but you know, he's a trillionaire. He's not a billionaire, he's a trillionaire. And he looks around in a room and everything he sees is his property. And that was just so fun to play. You know, I got to walk into a room and look at these guys and go, I own you, and I made you, and I own you. And yeah, that was just super fun for me. And you know, the bare feet thing was like a brilliant discovery. Obviously, you guys might have picked up on some of the Peter Pan references in this first episode. Yeah. Well, I've got a feeling Boy K likes Peter Pan too. I've got a feeling. But you know, the bare feet and stuff, and yeah, I just loved working on set with everyone. And Noah gave me so much space to like lie around and sit in whatever way I wanted and stuff. I had so much fun playing this character. Yeah.
Shout out to amazing Suturat, the costume designer.
Yeah, wonderful costumes for everyone.
Speaking of Peter Pan, Cindy, you and the Lost Boys you have this challenge of playing kids in an adult body. How did you guys master that? The physicality of it, the mentality of it?
Well, I hope we mastered it.
Crushed it, yeah.
It was, I have to say, Noah gave us this freedom to explore. And I remember early on you said to not focus so much on the mechanics of the body, but to find the personality of the character and where that personality kind of leaks out or overrides the mechanics of this synthetic body, this immortal body. You can't research this. She is new. And so I kind of just boiled down for me what it means to be a kid. You know, they're observant and they're brave and they're honest and they're instinctual. And I just went from there, and being able to work with this cast and everyone else who we'll see in London, that's where I found my character. Specifically, I remember doing our first scene together when you were covered in KY jelly. And you know, very sweaty and running around. But I remember feeling, I know who Wendy is now because of your character's love for her and where we found that. So it just meant a ton.
I felt totally similarly. I kind of didn't quite understand why I was a KY jelly in Thailand until I had my first...
With me.
Until I was with no. Tim, talk to
Same with
Sydney.
me.
Talk to
Oh my
Sydney.
God. Oh, I'm sorry.
There was just something about our first scene together, and I've never really experienced that quite so intensely before, where like I don't know. I think it's like a jigsaw puzzle that finally fits. And for Hermit, the character I played, that was because of Sydney's Wendy. So yeah, that was a really special thing.
All right, because we got to watch that episode, we only have time for 1 or 2 audience questions. So we'll take our first question.
Everybody shout them at the same time.
Hi guys, my name is Sam. I saw it. So first of all, that was incredible. But I saw some amazing technology there. My question is for the cast. If you could switch your mind into anybody else for a day, who would it be?
Anybody in the cast or in the world or what?
Can I choose an animal? I would love to be a bird. Any bird. I would take a bird.
That bird brain thing doesn't bother you?
No, I have my brain, but I can fly.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just saying there's a term, bird brain. And it's a curious choice. Sam, I thank you for your question, though.
I'd like to be Tim.
It's clear Tim
of the day.
trade places with anybody.
Timothy Oliphant. That's who I'd like to be.
I got to work with you, buddy.
Yeah.
So you got that going for you.
Anyone else want to answer the question? You can put your brain in another body.
Oh, I just need multiples, I think.
Yeah.
I've got so much to do.
Next question.
First and foremost, that was a fantastic episode.
Thank you.
Can't wait for next month. Quick question. Alien versus Predator. Any chances we're going to get a film in the future or show even?
I don't have any current involvement in that combo package. But, you know, I love seeing that Dan Trachtenberg is continuing with the Predator series. I thought what he did with Prey was incredible. This new movie looks great. And you know, I think my question is, can't we all just get along?
All right, I think we have time for one more question.
Hi. Are there going to be any alien hybrids in the show, like how we saw at the end of Alien Romulus?
Well, we can't tell you that. But if you really want to find out, you got to watch on Hulu and Disney Plus on August 12th.
Noah was so efficient with that. I actually think we can slam one more question in here. Let's do it.
Hello there. Really quick. So usually in horror movies, you get all the horror stuff at the beginning and the end. With the TV show, do you feel like you get to do more horror elements, or do you feel like you prefer the or the movie versions?
It's not a simple answer. You know, it's an 8-hour story this year, and each hour has to build and have its horror elements. But my feeling is it really just has to work as a drama, and then all the genre elements can be built on top of that, and that's why, you know, an alien movie is a 2-hour survival story, and a television show has to be more than that. It has to be a character journey, thematically rich, and in which you really start to worry that I might kill some of these people, and I might. You'll have to tune in and see.
I gotta tell you guys, I've seen 4 of them. You guys have seen?
Are you asking?
6.
No, but the thing that's really quite special that I think you guys are gonna enjoy is by the time you get to the 3rd, 4th episode, just things that wake you up in the middle of the night that you're thinking about the next day are just scenes between 2 people, and they're so riveting, and that in addition to all the thrills and the scares and the drama, the character study in this thing is so phenomenal. It's a testament to Noah, and I think you guys you're gonna like it. We're very proud of it.
So, Alien Earth, dripping with KY jelly, coming next month. Give it up for the panel. Thank you all so much.